ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या योगविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ओम परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या योग विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय कपिलमहर्षये 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 नमः ओम श्री पतंजलि महर्षये 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 नमः ओम श्री व्यास 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 महर्षये Namo Namaha. Having saluted all our Brahma Vidyacharyas, Yoga Acharyas, Param Brahma Tattva and Shruti Mata, let us come to the study of the Patanjali Yoga Darshana Shastram. So we have seen the first sutra with Vyasa Bhashyam to the extent we could in our first round. Today we will take up the second sutra. Then repeatedly we will go back and refer back, and with this particular practice, surely as we proceed ahead, we will get complete picture of the Yoga Darshana Shastra and its relation with our Vedanta sadhana, and together how they help us in our ultimate goal of Kaivalya Prapti, Moksha Prapti, Swarupa Avasthanam. Unambiguously, we'll understand, no doubt. We have to have the patience, we have to have little of effort of listening and doing little homework. We have to have that commitment of being regular and sincere, which are the prices to be paid everywhere to gain anything. That we need not say every time. It goes without saying. So may thus, by our own commitment and effort, grace of God and Guru, we be serious and sincere in our being class, attending classes and doing study, so that our mind intellect gets equipped with this knowledge day by day, day by day, day by day. Right? Let us chant the first sutra thrice. Then the second sutra also thrice. Then what Bhashyakara has to say about the second sutra, we will discuss. ओम अथ श्रीमत पतंजलि महर्षि प्रणीत योग दर्शन शास्त्रम अथ प्रथमः पादः समाधिपादः प्रथमं सूत्रम् ओम अथ योगानुशासनम् ओम अथ योगानुशासनम् ओम अथ योगानुशासनम् नौ द्वितीयं सूत्रम् योगः चित्तवृत्तिनिरोधः योगः चित्तवृत्तिनिरोधः योगः चित्तवृत्तिनिरोधः. So what is the sambandha between both the sutras? First one is Yoga Anushastram Atha Idanim Adhikrutam. So we have taken up the study or teaching of Yoga Shastra. Immediate question is, you are teaching a Yoga Shastra. Shastra we understand because so many Shastras we know. What is this yoga? What is the lakshana of this yoga? Oh, you want to know it? Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Chitta chittasya vrittayah chittanam chittasya vrittinam nirodha yoga. See how kind, compassionate our gurus, that in the beginning only, without keeping it a secret or surprise, tell us in the beginning. So entire Yoga Darshana Shastra is what? Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So few things what we have to understand is what? We are all having our chitta. In that chitta, like in the waters, the waves are there, ripples are there, so too there are vrittis are there in the chitta. And behind the vrittis is chitta, behind the chitta is the self. Behind the ripples is water, behind the water is the bottom of the river. Our goal is to reach to the bottom. Therefore, the yoga sadhana helps us in what? Chitta vritti nirodha. Nirodha is not destruction, not elimination, not cutting and throwing. Nirodha means, what do you call it as? Controlling them. And we explained to you 2 days back, again we say, controlling of them is what? Keeping them at the chitta level only, the vrittis, not allowing them to express by their own choice without my permission. Then, when I need the vrittis, I must be able to invoke them from the chitta for the work required. Because we said no, chitta is required at the sadhana kala for listening from the guru. Guru talks with chitta vrittis. I have to listen chitta vritti. After Atma Anubhava also, when I have to transact with the world, chitta and vrittya chahiye hi. Without that, how do you interact? Even a Brahmagnani, while doing transaction, he'll have to do it chitta and vrittis only. Is it not? Like when Gurudev teaches us, instructs us, loves us, answers our questions, how is he doing it? Is he not doing with the vrittis? They are the inevitable means. Therefore, having vrittis is not a problem. Then, which vrittis are there? Question 1. And are those vrittis hiding the self from us? Question 2. Therefore, those vrittis which help us realize the self, that are required. Any vritti which are obstructing the realization of self, they have to be eliminated. After realization, use the vrittis as an instrument if at all any transaction ever has to be done. All that ability achieved is called nirodha. So, vritti nirodha is not to be understood as sare destroy kar do. Like control the car. Doesn't mean that put the car in the garage. Control the car is take it out of the garage and drive it. While driving, it should not go the way it wants. It should be under our control in its speed also, in its direction also, everything. That's called control of the car. You are very much in the car. Car is in your control, is not you have parked it and locked it. Same way, the control of senses, control of the chitta, vritti doesn't mean not using them or destroying them. Is it clear about the word meaning vritti nirodha? Nirodha is not destruction. Rudha means to rokna. Like control of the traffic by the traffic police. रोक दिया सबको किसी को कहीं जाने नहीं दे रहा. Is that the way the control? The teachers are controlling the children. मतलब उनके सारे इंद्रियों को बंद करके the parents are controlling the children, the boss is controlling the subordinates. Either control means non-performance. Control of the traffic by traffic police is managing in such a way that the unruly traveling by which accidents happen, they are avoided. Systematical flow of the traffic is happening. That's called control. So to control of the teacher of the children by the teacher, not the meaning is what? That they are neither allowed to sleep nor allowed to get fighting with each other distracted. Also listen to the teaching which is teaching. Is it not? So to control of parents of children, not by children, is not that usko tala karke lagao. All nonsense what they do, stop and let them do what is to be done. So to control a boss of the subordinate is what? उसके हाथ पैर लेग वगैरह बांधना नहीं है. Tell making him do what he says. In the same way, in the yoga sadhana, we learn to do the nirodha of the vrittis of chitta in such a way that they themselves are not upsurging without our control, that also giving us the destructive results of samsara. Okay, this is the first thing. Second thing is what? Be attentive, very careful, very, very consciously. So, no, then, though it appears to be contradictory, what we are saying now to what said so far, but there is no contradiction. What is that? To experience the pure self. Be attentive. All the vrittis definitely have to be niruddha. Because in the self there cannot be vrittis. In the pure experience of the self. Therefore, niruddha, therefore, at that level is elimination only totally. But after experiencing again the self, when you come to the vyuthana avastha of your performance, then the vrittis again have to come. Where from they come? They from him only. Therefore, he will not use the vrittis as if for vyavahara as other things. It's a vritti only, but not apart from him, other than him. So a Brahmagnani uses chitta, mana, indriyas, but none of them are away from him, apart from him, other than him. He knows that I only, my own power say, becoming the instruments and doing transaction. In that mood, he will be there after the anubhuti. But to get the anubhuti, final nirodha of the chitta has to be done. But before that, chitta vritti nirodha means not totally elimination, but controlling them and managing them so that they become help for us to know the self. So the two technical words used are what? That chitta which is helping you to go toward the Atma Jnanam is called as Samprajnata Samadhi Sthita Chitta. So in the yoga, we have to reach to Samadhi. In that Samadhi, first is Samprajnata Samadhi. Samprajnata Samadhi is that state of Chitta which we have to achieve through practice, where the samsara aspect of Chitta gone, but Paramatma Prapti aspect is remaining. Then after that also, when we become very closer and closer to the self, even those chitta vrittis also are dropped, then we enter into asamprajnata. Asamprajnata means not even the vrittis also are there. Nothing is there for us to know. Jnata is to know. Prajnata is know very clearly. Samprajnata means knowing so crystal clearly without any ambiguity or vagueness. That is called first sthiti we have to reach. Then what? Asamprajnata. Then not even one thought is there to be seen or illumined by the chitta. When the chitta has no thought to illuminate, it is no more even chitta, it becomes chitta. What is that present mood? Fully the Atma is not known, the self is not known. Then we have only the thoughts of the worldliness, that also vaguely, that also not in our control. क्या थॉट कब आता है पता ही नहीं हमको we just dance to the tunes of the thoughts of the mind and never the self is known. Now the thoughts are in our control, they are used for knowing the self. When we are nearing to the self, to experience the self free from all thoughts, even that thought nirodha, final thought nirodha also is done, just like in Vedanta. Go on studying the Brahma Vidya and keep on maintaining the Brahma Vichara to the extent that other vicharas go away. That's called as Brahma Akara Vritti. Then the Brahma Akara Vritti also is dissolved in the Brahma Anubhuti. Understood? जैसा वेदांत में वहाँ कहते हैं यहाँ भी योग में भी. So these are all the introductions we are giving. Then we study the Bhashya. Then we study the explanation of the Bhashya. Beautiful it is. So we are now into the second sutra and Vyakhyanam of Bhashyakara. What is second sutra? Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. The yoga means the nirodha of the vritti of chitta. Therefore, what is the lakshana of the yoga? Chitta vritti nirodha. So, the introduction भाष में क्या कहा कि तस्य लक्षण अविदित्सा या इदम सूत्रम प्रवृते. तस्य लक्षणस्य अविदित्सया इदम सूत्रम प्रवृते. तस्य कस्य योगस्य. So, योगस्य लक्षण अविदित्सया. Aviditsa means abhidhana means to explain. This is Vyasa Bhagavan's Sambandha Bhashya to the second sutra, connecting with the first sutra. Every sutra, though it is given in precise words, each sutra has connection with the earlier. That's called as Sutra's Mahima. Continue. That's why it's called Sutra. Sutra is every word in the sutra is connected to each other. When the two sutras are connected to each other, all sutras put together are connected to the final theme, final purpose for which the entire text or the sutras are given. So, tasya means yogasya, lakshana means quality, abhiditsaya to explain it, idam, this sutram, second sutram, pravavrutte is coming into expression. दूसरा सूत्र का प्रवर्तन क्यों हुआ? पहले सूत्र में जो योग शब्द बताया उसका लक्षण हमको दर्शाने के लिए, समझाने के लिए. सो क्या है फिर योग? योग चित्तवृत्ति निरोध. सो योग इज द निरोध ऑफ द चित्तवृत्तिस. Now some technical things, some explanations go on happening. Listen with patience. I'll explain it every day so that if not today, maybe after 3-4 days we start understanding. Today we'll stick to the first two lines in next 3-4 minutes. Bhashya we are studying. Straight away the sutra meaning we explained. चित्त का निरोध नहीं, चित्त वृत्तियों का निरोध है. चित्त वृत्तियों का निरोध is not destroying them, but making them laya in the chitta in such a way that they are not erupting by their own choice without our control. Then we are able to control it and use them for the Brahma Vidya pursuit. Are you getting? In the pursuit of Brahma Vidya, finally, or Atma Vidya, when we reach the Atman, then the final Vritti also is dropped. After having the Atmanubhuti, again for Vyavahara, the Vrutthis are used. You contemplate on these, the clarity will come to us, how the yoga is helping us. Main meaning is explained. Not the Nirodha of the Chitta, but the Vrutthis. Vrittiyon ka Nirodha hai, not distraction. The Nirodha means control. Control means not allowing them to express by their own choice. And why they express by their own choice? Because the power of vasanas, power of the not practicing to control. That is why through Vairagya, the vasanas are removed and the practice done through Abhyasa. Therefore, Abhyasa Vairagya Abhyam Tan Nirodha. That will be told to us. After 12 sutras. We will be connecting every sutra again and again. Next 1 year, you will revel in your Brahma Sutra. This is our Patanjali Yoga Sutra, if you listen. Then after 10 years, we will take up Brahma Sutra and study like this. By that time, we will get that maturity if you continue listening Upanishads and all along with me. If you block out in between, I can't help you. So, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha is the Lakshana of the Yoga. Yoga क्या है? चित्त के वृत्तियों का निरोध करना. चित्त वृत्तियों का निरोध है, चित्त का नहीं है, हमने बताया. Now, what is the chitta? We will explain the other day. 2 minutes only we'll spend about it. Chitta is subtle matter. Where from the subtle matter chitta comes? From the ignorance of the chit or consciousness, the self. Are you understanding? The ignorance of the self gives birth to the chitta. How it happens, you can't explain. That's why it's called as Maya. This we explained while studying the Drigdrishya Viveka to the Telugu people. I'll give you this explanation in 2 minutes. It takes 2 minutes only. Where from the snake is born? Snake is born from the ignorance of the rope. Listen carefully. Snake is born from the ignorance of the rope. How do you say so? Because when the rope's knowledge is gained, snake is gone. When the knowledge of the rope is gained, snake is gone. Therefore, where the snake must have come from? From the ignorance only. The rope has only two things. One is knowledge of it, second is ignorance of it. In the knowledge of the rope, there is no snake. In the ignorance of rope, there is a snake. Therefore, where from the snake got projected? From the ignorance of rope. In the same way, when the self is realized, there is no chitta. When the self is not realized, means the ignorance of the self, there is chitta. Therefore, where from the chitta came? From the ignorance of self. And what is ignorance? Please remember, ignorance is abhava. You cannot explain the abhava. You can eliminate it by having the knowledge of the bhavatmaka atma. The existing self, when we recognize, the ignorance goes away. Ignorance created, chitta and vrittis go away. Directly you can't do anything with ignorance. Ignorance is absence, like darkness. It is an absence, it's abhava. What do you do with darkness? कुछ नहीं करेंगे. Light को ले आओ और darkness and all the calamities born out of darkness, they go. So, chitta in the Atma it is not there. In the Atma Anubhuti it is not there. Therefore, in the Ajnana or Avidya of the Atma only, the chitta is born. Point one, please remember. Second, chitta in general is Sattva Guna Pradhana. It is of knowledge only. But then, because of its influenced effect of the Rajas and Tamas, chitta is creating the world and getting lost. Second point told. Chitta, the stuff remaining same, as we explained yesterday day before. Functionally, it is three types or four types. एक ही स्टफ है when it is in संकल्प विकल्प स्थिति मन, निश्चय स्थिति बुद्धि, memory स्थिति चित्त, ownership स्थिति is called अहंकार. Stuff is one, functionally different. Therefore, functionally different. Mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara are there or not? Very much there. That's why whole vyavahara, that's the whole sadhana is happening. But what is the stuff for all of them? One thing only, the chitta or the subtle matter. Contemplate on that. The clarity will come. So therefore, before entering to Vyasa Bhashyam, we have tried to understand yoga. Already explained what is yoga in the first sutra. Now chitta, little bit we explained. Vritti, we have explained the ripple in the river is a vritti. Okay. A mind stuff, when it is entered by an object, that stuff takes the shape of the object. That is called as a vritti. Vartate anaya iti vritti. That will come in the future when we see the Bhashyam. So those vrittis are the ones which are making us bahirmukha and forget the self. When you do the nirodha of them, the self is revealed. Having experienced the self, either be with the self or in the Vittana sthiti, do any vyavahara, but it will not bind you. That is what Sthita Prajna or Jivan Mukta. हो गया? Now Bhashyakara's Bhashya. Yesterday also we studied, chanted. Today also we'll just chant only. I can't explain because time is required. If I start it, it will take 10 minutes. Better start tomorrow straight away. Sarva Shabda Agrahanat Sampargnatah api Yoga iti Akhyayate. चित्तम ही प्रख्या प्रवृत्ति स्थिति शीलत्वात् त्रिगुणम प्रख्या रूपम ही चित्त सत्वम रजस्तमोभ्याम संस्पृष्टम ऐश्वर्य विषय प्रियम भवति. And it's a beautiful explanation. It is like a story. Through the story, as we are given beautiful themes or the knowledges, here also our Vyasa Bhagwan so cutely will explain to us. बेटा तुम हो, तुम्हारा आत्मा है, वो तुमको अनुभव में नहीं आ रहा क्योंकि तुम चित्त में फंसे हो. चित्त तुमको इस तरह से फंसा रहा है. वो चित्त बेसिकली सत्वगुणी है, but by knowing or unknowing, you are allowing rajas tamas to overpower it. Because of that, chitta is having these type of vritti. Influenced by those vrittis, this is how you are doing vyavahara like a samsari, and thus you are inviting your own samsara or dukkha. So change it. In that way, Vyasa Bhagavan will explain to us. Let us see tomorrow. Thank you. Sarvam Bhagavat Charanarindarpanam Astu. Hari Om Shanti Shanti. Vedanta also we studied exhaustively. So if I give more stuff of this, ये भी वो भी दोनों सब चला जाएगा. इसलिए मैं थोड़ा यहाँ रोक रहा हूँ. Thank you friends. Listen like this patiently every day. Fix in your minds that when you come to class, we give the time and attention and interest, try to gather. Accept, please, the fact that this is how the Guru and Ishvara Krupa comes. Then further receiving the Ishvara and Guru Krupa is by trying our best to make the best use of this opportunity. Be convinced about it. Thank you. I am also trying my best.